Hey, what's going on, guys? Yo, no. Yo, what's good, guys? Yo, what's good, guys? Yo, we here. How the fuck do you do an intro? How the fuck do people do it? How, Sway? How, Sway? Oh, all right. Let's talk to myself again. So, today I wanted to speak about hello. So today I want to speak about the start of my self-love journey. So the start of my self-love journey, right? Where the fuck do I start? So anyways, I didn't learn about self-love until I was probably like 17, 16 maybe. But for most of my life, I never knew it was possible to love yourself. I thought it was really weird, that term, self-love. I used to think it was kind of like goofy because I'm like, how do you love yourself? Like how do you like I thought you're only supposed to love other people. I think, yeah, now that was my mindset as a kid. And then as time, went on and I grew and I learned, um this journey changed my life forever, you know. This journey that, I took with my brother, he really plays a big part too. He's a huge inspiration in the journey, growing together, and growing beside him and seeing his growth as a person and where he's come, how far he's come, and to see the love that he has for himself and has grown to have for himself is inspirational, man. And once he gets to tell his story, I really look forward to it. But yeah, for me, yeah, I say like 17. My heart was I think every self-love journey starts with, your heart getting absolutely shattered, like just broken, and you're just like, fuck, like you're in a dark spot, man. And I know everybody has felt that, in their life, like, really dark and vulnerable, bad, deep abyss, you know. And yeah, that's just how it is, life you're just gonna go through shit like that, and that's okay. Obviously that shit hurt, but it's all right. You see what we got out of it. um yeah, because without the heartbreak, without the pain, without the 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 heartache, man, you don't learn, you don't grow. I'm not saying that you can't learn from like only the good times and stuff. Like, of course you can learn from that too, but you with pain though, it's just like pain is inevitable. Like it's gonna happen to anyone. It's gonna happen to all of us. Either tomorrow or next year or whenever. But you can't avoid pain. You could try to run from it as much as you can, but at the end of the day, you can't get away from it. It catches up to you regardless. And that's for anyone. That's this the life that we live in. Pain is a huge part, and I think everybody can agree that the most that we've learned and the most that we grew and evolved from is from dealing with pain, from dealing with heartbreak. You know, for me before, it used to be really hard to like to want to be vulnerable. That's something I learned this year. Is to let myself be vulnerable. And to not be afraid. To not live in fear, to live with love. No matter what choice I make, no matter what decision I make, that it was the right one at that moment. And if it wasn't the right one, then that's a blessing in disguise too, because it just wasn't meant for me. And that's okay. But at least I know because I tried, right? To the kids out there, man, to the shit, anyone actually, like, bro, like one of the worst feelings is regret. One of the worst feelings is like looking back and you never know the answer or the experience because you were too afraid to try. You were too afraid to be let down. You were too afraid to be hurt, you know? But then like at the same time, how would we ever I mean this is me, but I just think like how could I ever experience love if I'm afraid to experience hurt, you know, because like I think I'm learning now that life is about taking risk as well, you know, because if you don't take risk, if you don't take that jump, if you don't take that leap of faith in a way, you know, you'll never know. At the end of the day, we'll never know if we don't try, right? So yeah, man, it's not a good feeling, bro. It's really shitty, you know, living in regret. So big advice, bro, for you know, and something I learned, you know, this year it took me to learn at 22 years, you know, like I really do. I'm really telling you guys, do not live in regret. You know, it's nothing worse than never knowing. You know, like you rather know the answer. You know, you rather know that it's a no, or you rather know that they don't feel the same way, or you rather know that you got the declined or whatever, rejected. You know, and yes, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, but at least you got your answer. You know, at least that you know. Because like I said, bro, I'll keep saying there's nothing worse than not knowing. Um, where the fuck was I going with this? um, yeah. So basically, yeah. I learned that in this self love journey, you know, you have to, you know, really care for yourself. You have to give a fuck about yourself. You have to take care of yourself. I think I already just said that. Um, you know, you had to remember that you matter too. You know, I definitely never hated myself. Never felt that way towards myself as a kid, but I definitely didn't have love for myself, you know? Because I mean, I don't blame myself because I didn't know. I was young and I didn't know that this was, you know, that something like this was possible, you know? And then once I did learn about it, my life started to change, you know? My aura started to change, my energy, my just everything about me, you know? So like, I don't know, for some reason I always been kind of alone in a way. You know, like I know everyone fucked with me in school, like, yeah, that's Kev, you know, like, oh, that's what I do, you know, and then and then it's just like, you know, everybody go back to doing their own thing, you know, everybody got their own group, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I was cool with everyone, but I never really, you know, hung with anybody like that, like crazy, you know, or fucked with people like that, you know. It's always love though with the people that know me, you know, but I never really had that like, you know, that strong like group in school, you know. I've been more so a loner, you know, and I always wonder why, you know, and but then as I get older and I look back, you know, I think I always believe that everything happens for a reason, you know, and there's nothing wrong with being alone. You know, there's nothing wrong with feeling misunderstood. There's nothing wrong with being to yourself, you know, because I feel like, especially in today's world, it's very hard to be alone. It's very hard to be alone with your thoughts, you know, to not distract yourself with friends or social media or, you know, anything, bro. Like if you can't be alone for more than like, you know, like hours, you know, like you need to talk to somebody or you need to be in somebody's presence or you need somebody to be on the phone with you or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And that it really shows a lot, you know, because at the end of the day, like there's something that you're avoiding. There's something that you're afraid of to face within yourself, you know? So self-love taught me that like me being alone was very necessary because I needed to find myself. I needed to learn about who I was and who I am. And why am I like this? Why am I this person? Why do I perceive myself this way? Why do I love like this? Why do I care like this? Why do I move like this? You know, it's just like, it's endless, you know, because Being alone teaches you. It teaches you about yourself. That's the first and foremost, like, and that's the thing, like, a lot of people would think it's selfish to focus on you, to like take time for yourself, for you. But then, like, you really think about it, I feel like it's the most unselfish thing you could do is to focus on you, because you have so much love for your friends or your family or your people that you are willing to work on yourself. You are willing to do the hard things that no one wants to do. That no one wants to be alone at the end of the day. No one truly wants to be alone. Like, I don't want to be alone. You know what I mean? But it was meant for me at that time, and even today. Like, and it's how it is. But I know I won't be alone forever. I know that eventually I'll find my soul tribe. Eventually I'll meet the love of my life. Eventually, I'll find my circle. My brothers. But right now it's not time yet, and that's fine with me. But that's why, like I said, what the fuck? I lost track, bro. Fuck. Uh, take like I was saying though. Dude, my mouth is just, just lit. But like I was saying, yeah, one of the most unselfish things you could do, bro, is focus on you and really try to become a better person for yourself, for your lover, for your kids, for your friends, for anyone around you. I feel like that's one of the best things that you could do, and that's one of the most like unselfish things. You as I said earlier, like, you care so much that you want people to experience the best version of you. But you have to remember that you're not doing it for them. First and foremost, it's for you. You want to look in the mirror and you want to be happy. You want to, when you think of yourself, you want to think of yourself in a positive manner. You want to think of yourself as a king, as a queen, as a, prince, princess, whatever, but you have to think of yourself as good, as someone that you hold yourself to a certain standard, a certain bar, and that you won't accept anything less than that, and anything less than what you deserve, you're not going to accept, and with that, the journey could be lonely, because when it comes to loving yourself, it gets to a point where you look at your group of friends, or you look at the people you surround yourself with, or that you're always around or whatever, and you just really think, like, do I want to be in this environment for the rest of my life? Do I want to keep doing the same things I'm doing for the rest of my life? Like, things that's just not helping me grow, things that's not helping me evolve as a person to, to do better, to be better, and real homies, real friends don't take it personal, and they'll understand, like, do what you got to do, that's fine, and if you got people that support you through the journey, that's dope too. And sometimes people won't respect this. Sometimes people will think that you're switching up, or you're thinking you're better and this and that, blah blah blah, but you shouldn't surround yourself with people like that, man, because like I said, you only deserve what you believe that you deserve. You know what I mean? You have to give yourself these standards, and that comes with anything or anybody. Like, for me, at this point, before, back then, it was really hard to speak my mind. It was very difficult for me to say no. It was very difficult for me to confront the things that I felt, and to say what I really want to say. I used to just say things, but in a nice way, in a joking way, in a way where people would still like me, I guess. I did it, I didn't want to be not liked. I didn't want to be, for people to feel some type of way towards me, but man, this year has really taught me a lot, and I'm like, I'm at that point where I'll say what the fuck I need to say. Like, what needs to be said will be said. Because I just learned that life is very, very, life is very precious, and I didn't come here to be quiet. I didn't come here to be liked. I didn't come here to live up to anyone's standards but mine, and I came here to be me, if that doesn't make, if that doesn't make the people around you happy, or your friends or whoever, then are they really your friends? Because with people you love, you should be able to be yourself. You should be able to be you, and they accept you for you, and vice versa. You know what I mean? But if you had to put on a mask, if you had to front and be a certain way just to surround yourself with these people, and you're not happy, and you're saying yes to these things that you don't want to say yes to, and you're like living this like in this facade, in this fake play that, you know what I mean? Eventually that shit gets exposed, man. Eventually shit gets real, and you're forced to fucking like, confront yourself, man. Like with, do I really want to keep doing this for the rest of my life? Do I want to keep living in this lie? So yeah, now that also plays a big part in self-love, is authenticity, a huge part. But I'll probably make that. I'll do that with another video. But yeah, man, how long have I been talking now? 16 minutes. Oh shit, man. But I think I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, man, like self-love, this journey could be lonely, bro. It could be lonely, but it's very necessary. If you really care about yourself, if you want the best for yourself, if you really have love for yourself and your inner child, and you'll do anything what it takes to give yourself the life that you deserve, regardless how alone it is, regardless how painful it is, you keep it pushing, like that's all we could do is just keep it pushing, or we just give up, but I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, then you don't want to give up, you want to keep it going. Yeah, so that's my perspective. That's my my view on self-love, and how to start it, but yeah, what works for me may not work for you. I don't know, but I try my best to give my truth, and you can take bits and pieces from it and learn from it. When I talk to you, whoever's watching this, I want you to know that I'm not telling you to do or be me or try to do exactly everything like me, but I want you to learn from me. I want you to be better than me, and I want you to see that I am being me, and I'm telling my truth. I'm telling my experiences, and that I just want the best. And if you don't have a big brother to look up to, or you don't have a dad, a father figure, you don't have, somebody that can help guide you along the way, you feel alone in this journey, just remember that, you got me. You are never alone, and don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna keep posting videos. I'm gonna keep talking to myself like a fucking nut job. Yeah, don't even trip, bro. I got you. So I'm gonna end it right there. You guys have a good one, man.